Hello, good evening. Welcome to Wano. This is a week program that we do every Friday, Saturday, 7 p.m. UK time. Once again, welcome. Why do people struggle in their marriages? Why do people struggle in their marriages? Let's assume a marriage is a 10-year contract. Will you renew it? If your marriage, if, for example, marriage is a 10-year contract, will you renew the contract? I know it's a funny question. It's a funny question. You'll be surprised how many people that will renew it. You'll be surprised at how many people that will go for it. Why? Why will people get the option of not trying to renew their marriage? You can understand that some people they do their anniversary, 10 years anniversary marriage, 20 years anniversary marriage, 20, 50 years anniversary marriage, and all that. You know, why would they renew it? If it's a 10-year contract, let's just put it that way. If it's a 10-year contract, you know, that's what we're going to deliberate this evening. Why do people struggle in their marriages? Okay. Then we look into the contract aspect of it. I want you to understand that marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Not, not just that it's a beautiful thing. The thing is just that many people, when they stop paying attention to their relationship, when they stop paying attention to their marriages, you understand? So that's when it looks as if maybe they start having issues, they start having problems on a daily basis. If some of them, if people open up and tell you what they're going through in their marriages, what they're going through in their relationships, you'll be amazed. Understand? Like I said, marriage is a beautiful thing. Just that when you stop paying attention, you stop paying more attention to your relationships, it would lead to issues and problems in the relationship. You can see that some people, when they are young, some people get married when they're young, some get married when they get a little bit older. You can see they marry, they enjoy themselves. They go through stress, they go through ups and downs together. They be in there in good time and bad time throughout their marriage. Most times, due to oversight and neglect, it can lead to doubts. They start having doubt. They start questioning their love for one another. Understand? Let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic. Many couples are dying in silence. Many are dying in silence. Many they they don't speak. They don't speak out. They don't tell you what they're passing through. Understand? Well, what if they change the rules of engagement? What if they change the rules of engagement and make it a contractual engagement? Become a contract. They change the rules maybe to 10, and assume 10 years contract. Understand? You got married for 10 years. At the end of the ninth year, you review the marriage with the marriage counselor. Do you understand? Through the marriage review and everything, when they go through all that, then you can like decide if you want to go on with the marriage again, if you want to renew the contract. How do you see that scenario? Do you understand what I mean? Many people you can see that through that, a lot of people are gonna review they will look into their marriages for that 10 years period, how they put in, what they put in, what they take out, what they brought to the marriage, how the sacrifices and everything they brought to the marriage. You understand? Instead of sticking with the same orthodox method that has been existing for a long time, at least this time you know what you are going into before you sign the contract. You know what you're going into. You go through the terms and conditions of the contract. You look at the law, the rules and regulations. You look at the clauses and everything that you want to go into. Then you're going to realize that, it's not marriage is not going to be for kids. It's not going to be for anyone. Before you go into it, you already go through the contract. You know what you want to sign. You know what you want to go into. You know everything. Understand? In the contract, they might show you what you are going into, the rules of the engagement, everything, that you know what you're going into. For example, they can say to you on the clauses or the rules, no abuse, such as physical or sexual abuse, no violent or threatening behavior, no controlling or coercive behavior, economic abuse, psychological abuse, emotional abuse, and all that. It's going to be on the clause and the contract. Once something like that is in there, this or that might happen. Do you understand what I mean? It's going to be part of the contract and all that. Then when you go through the contract, you look at all the things that you want to sign and all that. You look at the clauses. When you want to be coercive, when you think about it, or you want to use an abusive behavior to your own favor, you think before you act. You think before you act. I don't know if I'm communicating. You think before you act, because it's already in the contract. Everything is in there. Before you wake up or you start abusing your partner, you're abusing your girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever it is, you're staying your partner, you're staying together, you think about the contract, the consequences of what you're going to do, your actions, the consequences. Remember, it's 10 years contract. So between that period, you already know what's going to happen. There'll be a lot of, think about it. I think it makes sense, isn't it? Because when you profess your love for one another and all that, many people they will say to you at the altar, they will be said, yeah, it's for better, for worse. When you say I do, something like that, we're gonna be together to the end of time and everything. Something they could just say whatever they want to say, and all that. People take it for granted. They don't really understand what maybe they're professing and all that. But once it's a contract, yeah, you're gonna you look at it, you know what you're signing. Before maybe you go in to get married or something, you talk to your solicitor, you talk to an attorney, or you go through it, you take it to your parents. You guys are going to read through the contract and everything, and you know what you're getting into. Do you understand? Then you know everything about it. I think there will be a lot of respect for it. A lot of respect before you wake up and say to yourself that you want to get married. You know that you're ready. You are ready for it. You're ready. You want to get into it. Understand? It's going to be for matured people. It's going to be for matured people, matured minds, people that really know what they want, people that really know what they're getting into. There will be a lot of respect into it. The orthodox ways, the way it is, when you just go to church or go to registrar, you just sign and go. Many people don't even understand what they're signing. They don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know what they want to get into. Do you understand what I mean? You can see people, some people, they marry young. That is it. I don't understand what they're doing. Maybe the girl, she's pregnant, and because she's pregnant, you have no other option than to marry and get something like that. Or due to circumstances, maybe you meet a rich lady or someone that is got some money and all that. You just jump into it because you just want to stay with the person because he's got some money. A lot of things people that are going into marriage because of that. Well, with the contract, you're gonna look into the contract properly. Both parties gonna look into the property. They look into the contract and then decide if they are ready for this. They're gonna look into it and decide if they are ready for it. Because at the ninth year, you're gonna go review it. You're gonna check everything that went through to the money, everything. Then both parties gonna think about it if they still want to renew, if they still want to stay together again for another 10 years. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Then you're gonna realize that a lot of people gonna put in work to make their marriage work. A lot of people gonna like do what? They will bring in a lot of things into it because it's 10. Within that 10 years, if you, for example, you're in love with each other, it's gonna be a bonus. No, if you're in love, it's gonna be more sweeter when you're in love with someone. You understand what I mean? And it's like that. 10 years contract. Within that 10 years contract, that is what we're discussing this evening. The line is open. You can call me. The number is on the screen. +44744 9823879. It's a WhatsApp call. Call me. I would like to hear what you're thinking. I would like to hear your view. Call me. Let me know what you think. What if marriage is a 10-year contract? Then before you sign the contract, you go through the terms and conditions of the contract. You look into what you are going into. You check it, cross-check it. You take it to your solicitor. You know what I mean? Then both parties then will come together into this union for 10 years. I mentioned that maybe one of the clause in the contract or one of the terms and conditions of the contract might be that there's nothing like domestic abuse. You're not going to wake up one morning and start beating your partner or abusing them emotionally or physically or economically, psychologically. It depends on what kind of abuse it is. It's going to be part of it. A lot of things as well. It's going to be in there. Understand? Someone can say that, yes, what if the people you got money already, you made money already, you're rich, and someone want to come into you, want to marry you, or someone want to marry you? What will happen? It's already here. You can do prenup or something like that. But even now, people are still doing it. But that is not the problem, because you know what you're going into. You already gone through the contract. You know what you're signing. They understand? That's what I'm trying to talk about. That's what I'm saying this evening. Understand? Because if you realize what I'm saying to you, if you think about it, a lot of family, a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages, a lot of people are abusing the union of marriage. When they come into marriage, they don't really know what they are into. They don't know what they are into. And because of that, they don't try to do what? Work hard to make it work. They don't work hard to make it work. They don't really put in a lot of effort to make that union work. They don't really understand that when you get married, or when you get married, yes, there's no more I in that marriage. You become we. You become we. Whatever you're doing is we. Do you understand what I mean? A lot of things that people don't really understand when they get into that. I understand me. So you can put on the comment section what you think. Understand? We are live on YouTube, one on YouTube channel. We are live on one on Facebook. And we are live on one on underscore JJ on Twitter. You can join us on any of those platforms. Understand? And the line is open. You can call me. Let me know. I would like to hear what you're thinking. Understand? What people don't really understand is that when you got married, you were already in a contract when you signed that marriage certificate. When you sign the marriage certificate, most people don't really understand that they're already in a contract. They sign in the certificate. Understand? The thing is just that because they didn't give you any terms and condition of it and all that, you don't really know what you're getting into. You're already in a contract. You get me? You're already in a contract when you sign that marriage certificate. The difference is that there is no time limit. There's no time limit. That's what many people say till death do us part. They believe that they're gonna stay together forever. Till what? Death do us part. They believe they're gonna stay together forever. But they forget that that is a contract. The difference is just that it's not a paper contract that you're gonna read all the terms and conditions of it. Understand? Inside that contract, it already said a lot of things. Understand that when you professing your vows, you professing your love for one another, you saying those things, vows, you telling to the person, I'm gonna stay with you forever. I'm gonna do this till whatever. When sickness and health or everything, you're saying a lot of things, sweet things to the person. It's part of your contract. You're saying those things you're gonna do in the union. Understand? It's part of the contract. It's part of all the things. The thing is just that there's no paper. You don't have the paper. But you sign it. You sign what? The marriage certificate. Marriage certificate, because it's both parties are signing. It's a sealed certificate that bind you together, and that is what? That's a contract. The difference is there's no time limit on it. Now it depends on you guys what you decide to do. Some people they do their own anniversary. They call it like anniversary 10 years. Some say 20. And those anniversaries is just what they're showing their love for each other. It's part of review. They're looking into the mileage, how long they've been, what they've passed through, the ups and downs, and all that. You put it together. But what if it's like I said, it's 10 years contract, like that, the same. And that at the end of the 90th year, you come together, sit down and think about it, review it. Then you guys think about all the things you've been doing together, everything you did together, and all that. Then you decide if you still want to go together, you want to go on. I know there will be a lot of issues with that. Maybe at the long run, you have children. Who's going to take care of children? Okay, we don't want to stay together anymore. What about the children and that? It's still the same, isn't it? It's still the same thing happening now. When people divorce, they start arguing about the children. The same thing. Who's going to take custody of the children? All those kind of things. Those things are secondary. It's still going to be part of the contract. It's going to be in the contract. Review it. Why I'm pointing out is what I want you to follow me. I want you to understand where I'm going to. You understand? You see someone, both of you fall in love, or you think that you want to be together to raise family together, or you think that you want to be together as one in a union. And that union is what? The union of what? Marriage. And both of you together, you want to go. It's the same. The only difference now is that it's contractual. It's contract. It's 10 years. In that 10 years, it determines if you're still gonna stay together in the next 10 years. How you both of you accommodate each other, how you work together, how you love each other, everything will determine how you're gonna do in the next 10 years again. Because now you're still gonna review and check that. You know, what do you think? You see that a lot of people will do what? They will buckle up, they will stand up, they will walk, they will work, they will make the marriage work. If they don't want to make it work, you still see it within 2, 4 years, 4 years, 5 years. They're gonna walk away because one, if they find out that they don't want to make the marriage, they're not ready for that kind of marriage. 2 years, 3 years, they're gonna walk away because they sign and get out of the contract. The same, you know, and some of the benefit that will come from that. Maybe you might disagree with me, and that's the reason why the line is open now. You can call me and let me know what you think. You might disagree with me because when it's become a contract, when it's become like 10 years, between 10 years, it's not a long time, but it looks as if maybe it's a very, very long time. No, it's just 10 years. Okay. When it become that, both of you, first of all, you love each other, right? You love the person you want to stay with. And now you agree that you're going to stay together. In the contract, both of you meet each other, you talk to each other, you decide when you're going to get married and everything. Now you meet your lawyer, this one meet the lawyer, they give you your contract. This is a marriage contract. Look at it, think about it. Are you ready are you sure that you want to get into this? You go through the contract, you look at the clauses and everything. Your partner doing the same, both of you go through the contract and then said, yes, yeah, we are ready. Now we are ready for this. You understand what I mean? That's a big step. A big step. That's the same thing. That's what's happening now. But difference, like I said, is there's no time limit. And because there's no time limit, many people are taking advantage of it. Many people are doing what? They are taking it for granted. They're taking it for granted. You see some people, they go married 2 years, 3 years. That is it. They're gone. There's some people are even using it as some of fun or a show or something like that. 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years, they changing their gown and everything. Some people spending a lavish money and everything. At the end of the day, 5 years, it's all gone down the drain. No one putting more effort to make it work. You understand? But if it's like 10 years, they will know. Even the marriage planning and everything, the way people, they will think about it's going to be different. It's going to be different. The planning is going to be different. The way they plan their life is going to be different. The respect that will come into the marriage is going to be different. Because this person you're going to stay with, you respect this person because at the end of the day, you already know that, yes, if I don't respect this person, or if I don't value their input, or if I don't really, you understand, I don't look at they just put what they will bring to that marriage. Because all those kind of things is what you're going to put into consideration before you go into that contract, isn't it? Understand? Because, like I always say, love is not enough. It's not enough. There are a lot of things that will make it become, the quality of the marriage will become out. It's not only love. Love is part of it. So when you go through all the stuff, you say to yourself, I'm ready. This is the person I want to do or go on with. I want to stay with this person for 10 years. That's the contract. Do you understand what I mean? And when it's like that, you can see that when you're coming into that union, when you're coming into that, let's just put it, relationship, you're going to buckle up because many people, when they come in, because they believe that marriage is for life. You're still there to do us part. They relax. You see, some of them, they don't take good care of themselves anymore. They don't take good care of themselves anymore. They're adding weight. They start eating anyhow they want. They forget themselves because they believe that they've gotten the gold. They reached to their destination. You know. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening from Nigeria.
Hello. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are discussing this evening on why do some people struggle in their marriages, and I just using a scenario whereby if marriage is in the 10-year contract, I was just asking if some people will renew their contract after the 10 years.
Yeah. I so much love the topic. Human beings. God created human and regretted why creating human being. Understand? So, in marriage, God made it to be till life do us apart. You understand?
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
So, but these days now, if it's meant to be like that, you have a lot of breakdown or divorce in a marriage. Understand? Let me use a businessman as a case study.
Okay.
If you want to partner with people, as you just said, you have a terms. You understand? That will govern the business or will make the business solid. And maybe it may be 5 years, 2 years. And on that terms, you write out the things, right? And you doing the business, maybe after the year,
Okay.
if you didn't make any progress or make any gain, you say that you cut off the
contract. You're not gonna renew it.
Yeah. So, but if it to be like that in marriages, of that enthusiasm of love or any other thing, men can promise their women or their wife a lot of things.
Okay.
That will attract them. But you see that along the run, those promises, the partner will not fulfill it. But since marriage is a lifetime something,
okay,
you see some of them will start enduring. Understand? Because they say if you go biblically,
okay,
if you live, this certificate or marriage of 18 is just a permit. It's like you want to travel out, you have your visa. Everybody has this on her own passport. But it's when that visa is inside it, then you are eligible to enter that country. This marriage of 18 is just when you take that person to altar, the whole world will see you. It's just a permit for you to do anything, or you have access over that person. You can do anything at any time. Nobody will question you, right?
Okay.
Yeah. But when you don't have such, you don't have any access over that woman. Anything you are doing without taking that person to altar, you call it adultery, right?
Okay.
I'm going somewhere. Then, so in this case now, if you are to bring out a written
contract
agreement, or you just stated the laws or things that will guide the thing. Some women, they move with what they see.
Okay.
Understand? And in a marriage now, if you say that 10 years, After that 10 years, if those things that are written there and that person are not doing it, or the person did not see them, you break up. You will not like to renew the marriage. You understand? So those people that can renew it, when those things being written on that agreement, they see it and benefit on it, then you like to renew it.
But
so if you go on that, you have a lot of damages, because nobody can predict tomorrow. It's only God. Understand?
Okay.
You can see a wealthy man. You can be wealthy today. You go in, along the way, you may have ups and downs, or you have problem, and you come down. After that 10 years, if you cannot fulfill that which you promise or which you sign, you see that person will now like to renew it.
Yeah, but
so in this topic today, let me come. In this topic today, if it is renewable, it's only the ones that fulfill the law or the terms of that marriage that can continue.
Yes. Okay. Because let me just paraphrase it. This is a contract, yeah. Already now in marriage is like the way people marry now. I said something like, if you listen to me, I said something that many of them don't already know. They don't know that they already have a contract. It's a contract already. Because when you're signing the marriage certificate, both people that sign, both parties that sign it. That's the reason why they always ask you, do you have a witness?
Yeah.
When you're signing a contract.
You know what?
When you're signing a contract, you're signing a contract, and any job, anything you are doing that has a contract, there's always a witness. You always have a witness, someone that witnessed the contract. That's the reason why they ask you have a witness. And the person they witnessed the contract. The only thing is there's difference is there is no time limit. It's not 10 years or 20 years. They believe that you're going to stay together for a long time. And because of that, that's why there's no written agreement or written contract or what terms and conditions that is going to be in the relationship. You understand? But when it's 10 years, for example, it's a 10 years contract. The 10 years is just like they give you marriage certificate for 10 years. After that 10 years, or the 9th year, like I was saying, they're going to review it to know if you still want to renew for the 10 years. And
I got you right, but it's not the will of the creator of the marriage, you understand? But let me just dialogue it a little, you understand? This issue of that signing of a thing, as I just said that earlier on, is just an asset, permission for you to have access over that person.
It's not,
to me, it's how I see it.
No. It's not. Understand? It's not having access. It's when according to the Bible or according to the author, let's just call it the way the marriage is still the way they practice marriages now. When two of you agree that you want to marry, right? Both of you become one. You become one. There's nothing like you or I in that relationship anymore. It's become we. It's one. You guys become like whatever decision you have to make. You have to decide. You have to think about. You're gonna decide between two of you.
Yeah.
Because it makes decisions.
Because when you fulfill the law abiding that marriage, right? I want you to get to where I'm going.
I'm listening.
You understand?
I'm listening.
Yeah. So it's when you fulfill the law,
okay,
that abide that marriage. It's now they give you access to go. If it is like that, you see that every woman on road or every man on road, you just see one and you take it.
No, because you have to check. You have to go through.
Because if you just collect one on the road without fulfilling the promise, you call it you are fornicating or because you have not taken that person?
No, you don't. You just have to get married. That's why they call it marriage certificate. It's like you're going for a driving test.
Yeah.
So going for a driving test, you have to. They'll give you certificate. They give you the driving certificate. When you pass it, the same thing. They give you.
Fit.
Yeah,
you are fit to drive on the road.
You cannot just go and see. You can't go and see anybody on the road and just take the person, because at the moment you can do that. You can take anybody. You can see any woman, toast any woman, or test to any man. Both of you can do whatever you want to do. I'm talking about marriage. Understand?
Okay. But let's not prolong the issue. Let me just summarize it in a nutshell so that other people can add their view.
Okay.
But based on the issue at hand, understand? If it is to renew, you see some that benefits in it that will renew it. Those that did not benefit in it will not renew their own.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, that is the ideology there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah.
So it depends on both parties, because
individual.
Yeah, it's gonna be based on the couple. They decide if they want to renew it or not. Understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because when you are doing a business at the end of the year, when you are doing check and balancing, if you not make any
gain out of it,
positive or on it, you look at that business and you see as if you did not do it well. Okay. You try to change another business.
Okay.
And it's just a similar thing like marriage. When the two couples agree, they just sign it maybe for 10 years, and along the run, and it did not benefit much. Any party that does not benefit will no longer continue. That's the only thing. And you see that it do happen in a marriage now. You see somebody, they will go to the altar. They got married, signed everything, have witnesses. Maybe the marriage will not last up to 6 months. You see divorce.
Yeah.
Because you ask yourself the reason, because those people, what they expect maybe during their courtship, what they are seeing, now you enter into this thing, you are not seeing them again. When you see changes, you say, now let me know going into it. That is I hope whether you are getting what I'm saying.
I'm getting what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from.
So that's the thing. If you are asked to come on.
No, go. I'm listening. If you're asked
if you are asked to renew it, just the only people that benefited on it would like to renew it. Okay. Those people that does not benefit who don't like to renew it. That means they will pull off.
Okay. All right.
They'll ask you they want to pull off and look for another person that they will benefit from. That's the only thing.
All right. Okay.
So I don't know whether I make
I
understand. Genuine point.
I understand where you're coming from. I understand that. Yeah, I will analyze what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. What the bottom line of what we discuss in this meeting about if it's a contract is that if you get married before you get into that union, you will know that you're ready for it. Understand? Before you say I do, before you go to the altar and say I do, you seek an attorney's advice. It's a contract. You seek an attorney's advice to show that you have a good character. Do you understand what I mean? You have a good character. Is, for example, in any contract, you show that you're capable, that you're trustworthy before someone sign the contract. The same in the scenario. Do you understand what I mean? You seek an advice to show that you have a good character. You are ready. You're up to the game. You're ready. That you find out that it's not going to be for, anybody. Before you jump into it, you know that you're ready. You know what you are getting into. Because if you don't keep up, after 10 years, someone's going to take the other person away from you because they will not renew the contract. You understand? And there are a lot of things that are happening will stop happening. I was trying to say before, I said, for example, you see that many people, when they got married, because they're married now, they will even stop taking care of themselves. Especially when they have children, they will stop taking care of themselves. You see them, some men, they start drinking anyhow they want, having pot belly, those kind of things. They start losing themselves because they believe that, yes, they are married now. They're going to stay with this person till death do them part or something like that. They stop taking good care of themselves. Do you understand? Some women the same way. When they have children, after having children, sometimes you see that they stop taking care of themselves. They start adding a lot of weight, something like that. I don't know if you understand what I mean. But with 10 years contract, you will see that everybody going to be up to their feet. They know what the things that they do. There are a lot of things that you did before you got married. There are a lot of things that you did when you having courtship. You're trying to, entice the person, you're trying to make the woman to fall in love with you, try to make the man to take you as his wife, and all those things you're doing, cooking, taking them, a lot of things that you did those times, when you're not married yet. Many people, once they got married, they forget about a lot of those things. They forget it. They become complacent. They don't care about that anymore because they believe that they are covered, they are protected in the marriage. But when it's like that, you will see that everybody's going to be on their toes. You're taking each other, you're pushing each other, you're supporting them. You will be on your toes. You realize that this person you are with, understand, you are bound to take care of them. You are bound to support them. You are bound to love them. You are bound. It's part of those contract things, all these things that are there. You'll be doing them often because you have a target. The deadline is coming. It makes you to be on your toes. The same thing. You understand what I mean? It's something that you see that a lot of people, the way divorce, the way infidelity, the way a lot of things are happening, it will at least lessen it a bit because, even if you want to cheat or if you want to do some other things, you say to yourself, there's no need. At the end of the day, 10 years coming, I will have to leave. That's it. There's a lot of things that will come into it. I'm just thinking aloud. You understand what I mean? That's why the line is open. You can call me and tell me what you think about it. Your opinion. Let me know what you think. You understand what I mean? Understand? Like I said, a lot of people, once to get married, they stop doing those things they do together. A lot of things they do together, things that they used to do together. You understand? They stop doing it. They stop doing those things. Even some people, they stop, caring about themselves. They stop it. You understand? They stop studying. They stop taking care of their body. They stop. Do you understand what I mean? A lot of things. Because they are contented now. They are okay. There's no, how will I say, there's nothing that putting them under pressure. There's nothing that making them to think and said, maybe I'm going to lose this person, If I don't do this, I'm going to lose this person. They start taking their partner for granted because at the end of the day, what's going to happen? We are here. We're going to be here till we die. It's not supposed to be like that. And that's the reason why many people are having issues. They're having problems in their marriages because there's no pressure. There's no competition. There's nothing that enticing. You understand what I mean? Understand, So that's what I'm just giving that scenario. I know it will not happen, but if you think it that way, if you believe, like you say to yourself, okay, what if this is a 10-year contract? Will I stay after 10 years? This person I'm with now, will this person still take me again for another 10 years? Will this person give me the opportunity to stay with him or her another 10 years? Will he? Will this person? Then when you sit down and think about it, you realize that there are a lot of things that you are not doing right. There's a lot of things that you're not putting. There's a lot of effort you're supposed to put in that you're not putting in. You understand? Into that marriage, there's a lot of things that you're putting in that you are doing in that relationship that you're supposed to have stopped. Understand? You start communicating more. You start talking to each other. You start putting more effort into the marriage to work. You understand what I mean? That's what I'm just talking about. That's what I'm saying. Just trying to point out this evening. Understand? The line is still open. If you can call me and let me know what you think, or you can put a comment on the comment section. What if, it's a 10-year contract? What if marriage is a 10-year contract? Will you renew it after the 10 years? Will you renew it? Will you say to yourself, yes, I'm ready to stay with this person for another 10 years? That's what we're discussing this evening. I'm ready to stay with this person again for another 10 years. Do you understand me? Because when it's like that, you find out that you're going to be on your toes. You're going to walk. Understand what I mean? You're going to see a lot. Understand? So, yeah, what did he say? Okay, just he said if it's a 10 years contract, you see a lot of competitions in it, because once you did not perform well, the next party will leave you and look for another person. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying here. Because now you know that someone gonna there'll be a review how you did well or how you didn't do it. Understand? It's gonna be a serious issue. People will start taking it seriously. People will start knowing what they are doing. They will understand what they are getting into. They will understand what they are getting into, because when you talk to your attorney, when you pay money for a lawyer to explain to you everything that is in the contract and everything, before you get into it, you know that you're going to be serious. You know what you're doing. You put in effort, you put in everything just to make sure that you protect your interest. What is your interest? Because before you say to yourself that I'm going to stay with this person, first of all, you're going to love that person, isn't it? And when there's love in that union, other things that comes in that contract, it's going to be easy. You understand what I mean? And this person will do the same. They'll know that, yes, at the end of the 9 years, the next year, I might lose this person. And what will they do? They will always be on their toes. They're going to work hard to make sure that they keep you. They're going to work hard to make sure that, they are together with you once they don't love you. But if they didn't love you, there's no love in that union. There's nothing. You know, even before the 10 years runs out, you already know. Because one, they will not like to have kids with you, because they will not have to. They will not like to have your kids. You know what I mean? Maybe they're coming in there for money or something, which you know as well. You find out. You understand what I mean? A lot of things that will come into it. If it's 10 years contract, that's what we're discussing this evening. You understand? A lot. And there are things that people do. A lot of things that people do that makes them to struggle. A lot of things they do that makes them to struggle in their relationship. A lot of things they do that makes them to struggle. And those kind of things, you see that they will start looking into those things. They will stop doing all the stuff. Understand? Those things that made them to fall out of love. There are things that makes people to fall out of love with someone. You get me? A lot. Because when you stay with somebody for a long time, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, you start looking at this person every day and every day, you find out you don't value the love you would have with that person, start going down and down, you're losing every day. But if you on your toes, if you're looking, if you know what you're doing and everything, and you love the person and you value this person, and you say to yourself, I'm going to stay with this person for another year, another 10 years. You understand? It will give you joy, because it will make you to do what? Value them. It will make you to love them more. it will make you to take care of them more. And once it's like that, you find out that it's going to be between two parties because both of them are working for one goal. And what is the goal? To stay together more. And part of the goal is what? They will support each other. And part of the goal is what? They will have one goal, what thing they want to achieve. Because now they will start communicating, talking to each other, and what they want to do. There will be mutual respect in that union. Do you understand what I mean? So those are the things. Those are things that people take for granted in their marriages. And because of that, they struggle a lot. There's no mutual understanding. There's no mutual respect. Communication is out of the window. They don't hardly talk to each other. They hardly agree on something they want to do together and all those kind of things. Do you understand? And some people, before they do things, they will prefer to get other people's opinion before they do stuff without even consulting someone they live with, consulting their partner or whoever. You understand? All those kind of things is not right. It brings problems. It brings issues in that marriage. And because of that, they struggle. Do you understand what I mean? These are the things we're discussing this evening. Understand? What if it's 10 years? Will you renew it? You renew it. Understand? And part of it is that you see that a lot of people, maybe some people, they will go start looking for the second wife or third wife to bring into this one again. No, it's 10 years contract. After the 10 years, then you can jump into the next one instead of like bringing issues and together and all those kind of things. It's good that you're going to help a lot of things, a lot. I don't know what you think. I'm just thinking out loud. You get me? But the bottom line, what we're discussing this evening is this. Many people don't understand that when you get married now, when you sign in the marriage certificate, it's already a contract. And in that contract, it says what? That you're going to love each other. You're going to take care of each other. You're going to protect each other. There will be mutual respect. There will be a lot of communications. Do you understand what I mean? The other person's problem is going to be your problem. You are there to support them to achieve their goal. The same thing with them. They are there to support you to achieve your goal. And both of you achieve your goals, it will bring what? Progress. It brings sense to that union. Along the line, God blesses you guys with children. Now, all of the focus, we're gonna go to the children to make sure that the children, you're gonna raise good children for the society. I know that it's part of the contract. You get me? Instead of some people using the children against each other, that is not there. It's part of the contract. You have to work together to make sure that you raise good children. When you're doing that as well, you don't forget that you are there to take care of each other. You are there to do what? Love each other along the way. It's already there in the contract. But the contract is not a written contract. It's part of the marriage. It's part of the relationship that you guys are having already. Do you get me? I was saying that many people, before they get married, you will see some women, when you visit them, they will cook for you. They will make sure their house where they're staying is neat. They clean everywhere just to make sure that, you feel comfortable when you visit them. They will take good care of you. But when you get married and bring you over, they start changing. They don't do all those things they used to do. Some men, before they get married, they take their wife, the girl out. They buy gifts, they take them out, go so many places. But once they get married, those things are out of the window. They don't do all those kind of things anymore. Those are the things that happen in marriage. And because of that, the marriage is a struggle. You understand? But once it's like this, people are supposed to think about it, look into it. Do you understand what I mean? That's what we're discussing this evening. We're discussing that. Understand? What if it's 10 years contract? Will you renew it? You understand? Will you renew it? Will you renew it? Understand? Many people, even they haven't seen them, they haven't shared, let's just put it, sexual differences, or they having issues sexually. Most of them, understand, might not even know. The woman might not know, or the man will not know. But once they get married, they will find out. You see that 2 years, 3 years along the line, they're divorcing because they're having issues, because they're keeping secret from each other. They're keeping all the secrets and all that. It's happening now. And that's what I mean. But the bottom line is this: your relationship, your marriage, you need to work on it, put in effort. Have that mentality and say to yourself, what if this is a contract? What if this is a 5-year contract? What if it's 10 years contract? Will this person I'm staying with renew the contract? Will this person accept me again for another 10 years? Will this person stay with me again for another 10 years? If you have that mentality and work on that mentality on a daily basis, you will see you're going to realize that there is a lot of things that you're supposed to do right. There are some lot of things that you taking for granted that you're supposed to change. There are things that you are supposed to work on, maybe on yourself, to make that union better. Then you start doing those things. And when you start doing all those things, you find out that, yes, the marriage will become healthy. The marriage will change. There will be joy. There will be a lot of happiness in all those kind of things. A lot of things coming into the marriage. Understand? Your relationship will excel. That is what I'm just trying to say. That's what I'm just pointing at. Instead of taking it for granted because you are with this person, you're going to stay together for a long time, or waiting for when you divorce or something like that. But if you have that mentality and start working on it, you're going to be all right. Understand? Okay. Yeah, we're coming to the end of the segment. Thank you for staying with us this time. If you've not, if this is the first time you're just coming across Wano, understand. So we are live on YouTube, so you can follow us on YouTube. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel on Wano YouTube. We're on Facebook as well, Wano on Facebook. You can follow us there. Understand? And on Twitter. You get me? So it's a program that we do every weekend, Friday and Saturday. We pick random topics that we discuss on it and deliberate on it. Understand? Like you see, you can call the number, that's a WhatsApp number, then you call that, then you contribute to the program. Understand me? Once again, thank you for staying with us to this time. And I will see you next week, Friday, if God tarries. Remain blessed. Thank you. Bye.